frankly, I downloaded the whole thing.
I did. I bought it early. I was
Actually, that's a lie. Mine is a physical copy. I forgot.
Really?
Because Trey gave it to me. Shout out to Trey Fondren. Hey, it's if you watched Main Stage, you're getting PTSD already.
Man, if you watch a lot of Smash Ultimate in the last few years, you're seeing it a lot right now. This is a matchup as old as time when it comes to Ultimate.
Yeah, Light has been even urged by Mia, one of the best Game & Watch players, to just pick up Game & Watch himself. Fox versus Game & Watch is a notoriously difficult matchup for Fox. And it's mostly because Game & Watch is just so good against anybody that's forced to approach him, and particularly in a way where he can kind of challenge their effective, hitbox range, right?
Yeah, that burst range.
No disjoints to deal with, right? Game & Watch does not care about that and really gets things going. The key for Phenom here is going to be you have got to get as much bang for your buck as possible, and you can't just rancidly apply shield pressure as you normally can with Fox.
Yeah, I mean, the Game & Watch has so many answers that can be that pressure on shield, especially that up B. I mean, it's going to get so much damage at early percents, it's going to be a nuisance whenever you're trying to take out that stock against some late percents.
Not the least of which also, I mean, in return, if Game & Watch opens you up early on, you're also going to take a lot of damage. Love that patience there from Phenom after that up throw, though. Missed the dash into the up smash. That's, again, a really, really big drop. And you can't just fish for those back airs at the ledge either. Another big problem for Fox because Game & Watch's neutral air is bigger than that back air.
Oh, wow. What a down B right out of that up B. That was a crazy combo breaker.
I know that was definitely intended to stop the up airs. Boy, somebody microwaved something. I can really smell it.
Oh, dude, I smell food right now. I'm so hungry.
I know who. I'm just not going to say it. But I will say Phenom trying to get something cooking himself. No microwave needed with that back air at the ledge. He can't just do that neutral air every time this Game & Watch, though it does beat the back air. You got to be careful with the Fox could shield that, get a free up smash. But MyKO does have the lead. And honestly, Michael's been on the come up and playing this match really, really well right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's playing the matchup as he should. He's really staying patient. I mean, Phenom is pulling the trigger on a lot of these approaches, and it's just kind of giving a lot of free percent to MyKO right now.
The biggest thing about Phenom's gameplay, I think that defines him, what makes him so good, is that if you are not physically capable of dealing with him with your hands, right? If you have not practiced your character and know how to slow down that Fox gameplay, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. But, I mean, just by virtue of playing Game & Watch, you got a lot of options available. But a little whiff right there, Phenom's able to take advantage, even things up one stock apiece. Definitely in danger of catching like a down smash to forward smash or something if he's not careful with this pressure, and it's exactly what MyKO is looking for.
Yeah, and now at 82, I mean, this is going to be one of those points where if he gets him off stage, he can probably go off and be pretty aggressive with the back air and get a stock. Ooh, and letting out that shield into the forward tilt, which is a very strong disjoint. MyKO takes it with a relatively healthy third stock.
Yeah, and like you said, played the matchup really well, understands that he is not the one that needs to try to go make things happen. One, I mean, that's what Phenom is going to do. That's what most Fox players in general are going to do. I would normally feel like, the solution is shoot some more lasers, try to make the Game & Watch come to you. But even that's not as effective for Fox. And it was demonstrated there because Phenom did use the laser a decent amount, and more than he usually does.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. When you're forced into one of these types of matchups, you're going to have to switch up your game plan in order to try and get around it. I think he did all right, though. He was able to get those conversions later in the game, but I think that if he had him earlier on, he would have had a much better lead and probably forced MyKO's hand into a different playstyle a bit earlier on, which I think would have helped them.
I'm going to be honest. Braden just opened the door and asked what I thought was him asking me if he could use my controller, which I already told him yes. I just now realized he must have said somebody else, and I did not hear who he said.
Oh,
so
no.
I might come to regret that.
If there's headsets on my head,
my JP White, don't break it!
Oh, is he taking the good?
I think he said Lima, which is fine because Lima has already taken my controller and used it accidentally anyways, so he's used to it.
Yeah, that's so on brand.
Well, game 2, small battlefield, going to lessen the distance between these two characters. I think the big thing for Phenom is definitely wants to put some more pressure on MyKO, definitely wants to be able to play that aggressive style of his, but the problem is you don't want to confine your your area that you're playing against Game & Watch in, unless Phenom is just that confident in his boxing and his reactions and all that.
Yeah. I don't know. After that game 1, I'm not really too confident about it. I mean, right now my KO's like what, taking 2 or 3 hits? So like already this is starting out to be another impressive match.
Oh my goodness.
What was he cooking?
Himself, apparently. He was burning up. And this is the big problem for Phenom, is he's just not able to get any solid hits, and does use that Nair to get through the Chef. And hold on a second, I'd say no solid hits. Definitely got a decent combo right there, but not enough to take it any further than, I mean, an okay amount of percent. He's done some nice damage, but not enough to get anything big. And this is, again, the difficulty with this matchup is that you have to let the Game & Watch make mistakes to open things up, or else you're just going to be in trouble as a Fox.
I mean, and then whenever they do make up that, you have to punish it too, because we just saw a really punishable up tilt on Fox's shield on a platform. That should have been the stop. So Phenom's really not pulling the trigger when it counts right now.
It is a very small margin for error, and I mean, again, like I said, even the likes of Light, who is as prideful as they come with solo maining, has considered picking up another character.
What is he cooking?
B. I would have assumed that would be a read for an up smash or something, but Phenom just not able to pick one up yet, and no confidence to go for it afterwards either. My KO is starting to run away with this one.
Yeah. I mean, he's now just going off stage, trying to debate some sort of thing. And at that percent, and there, you can't even nair to up smash if they're camping the ledge like that. So he's also positioning himself really well. I mean, I have to say, my KO is playing this very beautifully.
Yeah, does eat that back air right there. But, I mean, really good knowledge of what makes Game & Watch so good in this matchup, right? If you're playing in the corner, like you said, it's a lot harder for Fox to apply tons of damage or get a kill confirm. We already talked about how Game & Watch is good off the ledge and in the corner, where normally Fox would be so scary. For Phenom, it's a change in, instead of applying pressure directly with a bunch of attacks, you just have to use the positioning itself to apply that pressure.
Yeah. Oh, and that down smash was not able to bury. A little too far away. Another early up B coming out from him. This time to recover pretty well. Ooh, that dash attack went through that forward air.
He did get in through, but at 85%, there are not a whole lot of things that Fox is going to be able to live at this point. 106 climbing even further. And now, yeah, every single hit knocks you off stage. My KO with the 2-0 victory, and just, again, played a good matchup and demonstrated why it is a good matchup. Understood his character strengths and just used it.
I love to see Mike KO doing so well. He's I remember when he first came and started doing doubles, and we were seeing him a lot more. I mean, he's definitely playing his character to his strengths, and we don't have a lot of Game & Watches in this region. You know, Davey, I think he was playing for a while, but we don't see him pull him out all that often.
I would not say that Davey is a Game & Watch.
No. Yeah. I don't think he would call himself that either. Mike KO is definitely the one that we have to watch out for. And I guess Phenom has to watch out for too. Like, that's the bracket demon if I've ever seen it.
I literally, when I was at main stage, like, Light was saying that if he lost game 1 to Meister, he was going to pick Lucina. Light, of all people, was saying that. And then he ended up beating him with all Fox because he won game 1, and he was like, okay, I can do this. But that's a thing that people have considered doing, especially in a matchup that's one matchup that I would feel comfortable saying is like 7-3 for Game & Watch.
Oh, yeah.
I don't say that about many matchups in this game.
No, there's really not. They did a great job at balancing. I mean, every character has like that one matchup where you loathe it and you don't want to play it, and you're willing to pull out that Lucina. You know, you're willing to pull out that Cloud, that secondary, the mostly swords that you can really just pick up and play if you need to. Simple play styles that, you know, can execute really well, especially against Game & Watch, who struggles against a very common thing, which is swords. And we're already going